Hey guys, how you doing? Hey, so today what I'll be doing is sharing with you a few strategies to help you with the solving of ratios, rates, and proportions. All right, so right off the bat, let's take a look at question number one. What you want to do is you want to figure out how many miles are in 1 hour. So one of the things that I do when I think about ratios or proportions is I actually just think of fractions. So what I would recommend doing is writing the 50 over 2. That 50 stands for miles and then in 2 hours. And basically what they're asking you is how many miles are in 1 hour. So basically all you have to do is divide this fraction 50 over 2 by 2 over 2 and that'll equal 25 over 1. Once again, just kind of think about equivalent fractions. And so if you were to divide 50 over 2 by 2 over 2, what you're going to get is 25 over 1. So basically 25 miles are driven in 1 hour. So you would basically write 25 miles. That is basically 25 over 1, which is 25 miles over 1 hour, 25 miles per hour. If you take a look at question number 2, use the same strategy. 21 over 7 is equivalent to what? And if you divide this by 7 over 7, so if I divide both the numerator and the denominator by 7 over 7, I am going to get 3 over 1 and 3 laps for every 1 minute. So you have just answered question number 2 with the understanding that you're making equivalent fractions or equivalent proportions. Now, problem number 3 is a little more basic. You would actually just use division. And think about it. Once again, this is a division question per se. If you think about it, how many times will 7 go into 21? It goes in 3 times. Well, look here. How many times will 3 go into 10.5, which is 10 and 5/10, or 10 and 50 hundredths. And what you get is 3.5. If you think about it, $3.50 times 3 will equal $10.50. So that is going to be $3.50, $3.50 per 1 pound. If you take a look at the relationship here, you can see that the length is twice as large as the width, and what is the equivalent pair or equivalent proportion? Well, 20 over unknown. Well, if you think about this, 10 times 2 is 20, so 5 times 2 is 10. And so x is going to be equal to 10. That's kind of like asking what is the equivalent fraction of 10 over 5 to 20 over x. And as you can see, 5 times 2 is 10, so 10 times 2 is 20. They are equivalent. So problem number 4, 10. X is 10. Now, once again, you can call this a proportion, you can call it a ratio. I like to just think about equivalent fractions. So if you look right here, what is the relationship between the numerators and what is the relationship between the denominators? A little hard to figure out because p is unknown, but if you look at the denominators, you can see that 7 times 4 is 28. Well, we're going to go backwards. You can see that p has to be smaller than 8 by a quarter, meaning 25%, because 7 is 25% of 28. So once again, 7 times 4 is 28, but 28 divided by 4 is 7. So 8 divided by 4, if you divide the numerator and the denominator by 4 over 4, you get the 7 there, and then 8 divided by 4 is 2. So problem number 5 will be 2. P is equal to 2. Now there's another way that you can do that. If fractions aren't working for you, then you can use a concept, basically n times, or n over d, and then here's another numerator and denominator. Basically what you can do is you can cross multiply. N times d equals d times n. So let's show you how that can work. I'm using a different problem that's a little smaller, and so the numbers are a little more easy to identify. So 2 times 15 is 30. Okay, so we have 30 right here. And then you have the multiplication problem with the variable, 3 times n. 3n equals 30. Now, once again, 3 times an unknown number is going to equal 30. If you divide both sides by 3, you will end up getting n by itself, and then n is equal to 10, because 30 divided by 3 is 10. So you can see I've done problem number 7. So there's two different ways of doing this. You can either look at this as an equivalent fraction and figure out the relationship between either the denominators or the numerators, or you can just cross multiply n times d, d times n, and then solve out the algebraic expression. So for example, you could multiply x times 24, that would be 24x. And then 4 times 42 is 168, so 24x equals 168. And then you would divide both sides by 24 to figure out what x is equal to. Or you could obviously see that 4 times 6 is 24, so 42 divided by 6 is going to give you that x, and it looks like it's 7. Okay? You do see that problems 9 and 10 are asking if the numbers that are shown here are proportional. Think of this proportional as just being related 1 to 10. For example, for every 1 hour, she makes $10. So you could see that's 2 to 20. There is a relationship there. Basically 10 over 1, 20 over 2, they are proportional. They are equivalent. If you look at problem number 10, it's not proportional because the first pizza is basically $10, but then you're adding a delivery fee of $2. So first pizza is $10. The second pizza is going to be another $10, but you can see that they're adding that one-time delivery fee. So one pizza at $10 plus the $2 delivery fee would make one pizza $12. However, the second pizza would be another $10, but you are also adding the $2 fee, so that's a total of $22 for 2 pizzas. They are not equivalent. If you would look and take a look, 1/12 is not equivalent to 2/22, or if we flip this around, $12 for one pizza is not equivalent of $22 for 2 pizzas. Not equivalent. So it is not proportional. So as you can see, I've just solved a few of the ratio, rate, or proportional problems. And now what I'd love for you to do is to complete the chapter quiz. What you are doing is you're kind of thinking about, once again, how to set up these problems as either equivalent fractions or as proportions. So basically what they're trying to figure out is what is the number of meters per 1 second. X is the unknown. Two ways of doing that. You can either use the algebraic expression, 28x equals 325, and then solve it that way, or you can kind of think about this as an equivalent fraction. Okay? So with that being said, I'd like you guys to go ahead and try solving the related problems in the chapter quiz. You can see that I have given you a few different strategies to help you to solve those problems that are on the chapter quiz. Good luck, and hopefully this small little 9-minute mini lesson will refresh some of the things that we have solved some 6 months ago. All right, guys, take it easy.